My fiancé texted, "Changed my mind, marrying your cousin instead. He has better prospects anyway." I replied, "Congratulations." Then I canceled our joint honeymoon booking and used the $18,000 refund for my solo trip to Bali. 4 days later, her father's lawyer was demanding I returned their family's money. Original post: I, 29 male, was supposed to get married next month. Notice the past tense there. Last Tuesday, sitting at my desk grinding through quarterly reports, my phone buzzed. Isabella, 27, my fiancée of 3 years. The woman I'd been with for 5 years total. The text was short, brutal, and oddly formal. "Nathan, I've made a decision. I'm marrying Trevor instead. He has better prospects anyway. The wedding is off. Please don't make this difficult." Trevor, my cousin. The same Trevor, 31M, who'd been coming to our Sunday dinners for the past year, complaining about being single. The same Trevor who just landed some hotshot finance job 3 months ago and wouldn't shut up about his signing bonus. I stared at my phone for maybe 2 minutes, then typed back, "Congratulations." That was it. No argument, no begging, no rage, just one word. Then I got to work. See, Isabella came from money, old money. Her dad, Harrison, owned multiple businesses, and they'd insisted on contributing to our wedding. But here's the thing, they wanted control, so they put the deposits in my name since the groom should handle these things. Their words, not mine. The honeymoon package alone was $18,000, 2 weeks in Bali, 5-star everything, already paid in full. The venue deposit was another $8,000. Catering deposit, $6,000. All technically under my control. By 3 p.m. that day, I'd canceled the honeymoon booking, got lucky with their 30-day cancellation policy, full refund. Immediately booked a solo trip to Bali for myself, same resort, better room, for 3 weeks instead of 2. Cost me $11,000, leaving $7,000 in my pocket. Canceled the venue, lost half the deposit but got $4,000 back. Canceled the catering, got $4,500 back. They were cool about it. Changed all the passwords to our wedding planning accounts. Blocked Isabella on everything except email. Needed a paper trail. Total recovered, $26,500. Not bad for an afternoon's work. Then I drove to our apartment. Well, my apartment that she'd been living in rent-free for 2 years. Packed all her stuff into boxes. Designer clothes, jewelry I'd bought her, her collection of overpriced skincare. Everything. Neat and organized, labeled clearly. Left them in the building's storage room with a note for the super that she'd be picking them up. Texted Trevor from my work phone. "Congrats on the engagement. Isabella's belongings are in storage at my building. Pick them up by Friday or they go to Goodwill." Then I called my boss, told him I needed 3 weeks off starting in 2 weeks. He knew about the wedding, assumed I needed time to deal. Approved immediately. That evening, Isabella called 17 times. I didn't answer. Finally, she emailed, "Nathan, we need to talk about the wedding arrangements. A lot of money is involved." I replied, "All vendors have been notified and handled accordingly. Best wishes for your future." Wednesday morning, Harrison started calling. Let it go to voicemail. "Nathan, we need to discuss the wedding finances immediately. This is unacceptable." Thursday, Isabella showed up at my office with her sister Monica, 25. Security wouldn't let them up without my approval. I didn't approve. Friday morning, the real fun started. Update 1. So Friday afternoon, I'm packing for Bali when I get a knock at my door. Not Isabella. I'd already made it clear she wasn't welcome. It was a process server. Harrison had his lawyer send me a formal demand letter. The gist? I owed them $32,000, their investment in the wedding, plus emotional damages to Isabella. They claimed the money given for the wedding was a conditional gift, contingent on the marriage happening, and since I'd unilaterally canceled everything, I'd stolen from them. The letter was so full of legal word salad, it was almost funny. Almost. I immediately called my buddy Derek, who's a contract lawyer. Sent him everything, receipts, text messages, the works. He laughed, actually laughed. "Dude, they put everything in your name. No written agreement about conditions. She broke the engagement. You're golden. This is intimidation tactics." But the entitlement didn't stop there. Saturday morning, I wake up to 43 messages in my family WhatsApp group. My Aunt Janet, Trevor's mom, had gone nuclear. Nathan is trying to destroy Trevor's happiness. He's keeping Isabella's money out of spite. My mom responded first. Janet, your son stole Nathan's fiancée. Sit down. Trevor himself chimed in. I didn't steal anyone. Isabella made her choice. Nathan needs to return the wedding money and move on like an adult. My younger brother Marcus, 26M. Trevor really said that with his whole chest. LMAO, the audacity. Then Isabella created a Facebook post. Oh, this was rich. Some people can't handle rejection with grace. Keeping money that isn't yours is theft. I feel sorry for anyone who dates someone so vindictive. Trevor and I are happy, and no amount of pettiness will change that. Also, Nathan, you're not fooling anyone. We all know you could never afford Bali on your own. The comments were split. Her friends rallied around her, calling me trash. My friends posted screenshots of her text dumping me for my cousin. It turned into a whole thing. But here's where it gets really good. Derek did some digging. Turns out, when Harrison gave me those checks for the deposits, he had his assistant email me, confirmation of gift for wedding expenses. The word gift appeared 17 times in various emails. No conditions mentioned anywhere. Derek was practically giddy. They screwed themselves trying to get tax write-offs. These are documented gifts, not loans. Then Sunday happened. I'm at my parents' house for dinner, Trevor obviously not invited anymore, when my dad's phone rings. It's Harrison. Dad put him on speaker without telling him. Savage. Richard, your son is being unreasonable. That money was for Trevor and Isabella's wedding. I thought it was for Nathan and Isabella's wedding? You know what I mean. The wedding Isabella is having. The one where she's marrying someone else after sending my son a text message, that wedding? This is about money, not feelings. No, Harrison, this is about your daughter making promises she didn't keep. Nathan didn't steal anything. You gifted him money for a wedding that your daughter canceled. Maybe teach her about consequences. I'll sue. Go ahead. Discovery should be interesting. I heard Isabella's been texting Trevor for months while engaged to my son. That'll look great in court. Dead silence. Then Harrison hung up. Monday morning, Derek sent a response letter to Harrison's lawyer. Professional, but brutal. Outlined the gift documentation, noted Isabella's admission via text that she ended the engagement, and mentioned that any further harassment would result in a restraining order. He also noted that attempting to file a frivolous lawsuit could result in them paying my legal fees. The extinction burst started Tuesday. Trevor showed up at my gym at 6 a.m. Tried to corner me in the locker room. Bro, just give the money back. This is getting messy. Trevor, you're marrying a woman who dumped her fiancé over text for money. Good luck with that. It wasn't about money. We fell in love. Cool, then you won't miss the money. By the way, how's that signing bonus? Should cover a nice wedding. His face went red. That's already allocated for. Not my problem. Just like Isabella's dad's gifts to me aren't your problem. He actually tried to chest bump me. Gym staff intervened. He got banned. I finished my workout. Wednesday was Instagram gate. Isabella posted photos of her and Trevor wedding planning. The venue? A VFW hall. The ring? Significantly smaller than the one I'd bought her, which she'd returned and I'd already sold, another $8,000 in my pocket. Her friends were hyping it up, but you could see the difference. The 5-star venue I'd booked versus a community center. Premium catering versus what looked like a buffet menu. Then came Thursday's masterpiece. I get an email from Isabella herself. Not her dad, not lawyers, just her. Nathan, I know you're hurt, but this is getting ridiculous. Yes, I fell for Trevor. It happens. We didn't plan it. But keeping that money is wrong. It was my father's money for my wedding. You're being petty and everyone knows it. Trevor doesn't have the funds to pay for everything like you did. If you ever cared about me, you'd do the right thing. Please. I sat on that email for an hour, then responded. Isabella, the money was gifted to me for our wedding, which you canceled via text to marry my cousin. I used my gifted money to book my vacation to heal from your betrayal. I wish you and Trevor exactly the happiness you both deserve. P.S. The resort in Bali has couples packages if Trevor's signing bonus can cover it. Friday morning, my flight leaves in 6 hours. Sitting in the airport lounge now, typing this up. Just got one last text from an unknown number, probably Monica. You'll regret this. We'll make sure everyone knows what kind of person you are. I replied with a photo of my first-class ticket to Bali. Already boarding. Have a beautiful wedding. Then block that number 2. Update 2. From Bali. Been in Bali for 5 days now, and the drama followed me across the Pacific. First, the good stuff. This place is incredible. The villa they'd booked for our honeymoon? I upgraded it. Ocean view, private pool, personal butler service. Posted one sunset photo on Instagram. Just the view, no caption. 147 likes in 2 hours. Isabella's best friend Cynthia commented, "Must be nice spending stolen money." My college roommate replied, "Must be nice marrying your fiancé's cousin 5 weeks before your wedding." Cynthia deleted her comment. But the real entertainment came Wednesday night, Thursday morning back home. Harrison actually tried to file a police report for theft. The cops called me, thank God for international roaming, to get my side. "Officer, sir, we have a gentleman here claiming you stole $32,000 in wedding funds." Me, "Officer, I have documentation showing those were gifts to me. The wedding was canceled by his daughter, who is now marrying my cousin. I'm happy to email you everything." "She's marrying your cousin?" "Yes, sir," she informed me via text message. At that, "Sir, can you send those documents to this email address?" Sent everything. Got a call back an hour later. No charges would be filed. Harrison apparently made a scene and had to be escorted out. Then Friday hit, and Trevor decided to go nuclear on social media. Posted this novel-length rant about how I was financially abusing Isabella and holding their future hostage. He actually used the phrase, "Nathan is showing his true colors, a man who would rather vacation alone than see his family happy." The comments did not go the way he expected. "Bro, you stole your cousin's fiancé and you're mad he won't pay for your wedding? This math ain't mathing, Trev. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch. Imagine being this entitled to money that isn't yours." My brother Marcus posted, "Reminder that Trevor still owes me $300 from 2 years ago, but sure, Nathan's the problem." Trevor deleted the post within 3 hours. Saturday was the Flying Monkeys assault. Isabella's entire friend group started a coordinated harassment campaign. Messages, comments, DMs all saying variations of, "You're ruining her special day," "Be the bigger person," "You obviously never loved her," "Small deck energy." I posted one response on my story. "Friendly reminder that I didn't end my engagement via text message to marry someone else's relative. Now, excuse me while I enjoy this absolutely fantastic snorkeling tour." The meltdown was immediate. Isabella herself broke her silence with a TikTok. She has like 3K followers, thinks she's an influencer. The video was her crying, explaining how I was weaponizing money and punishing her for following her heart. The tearful finale, "He's literally in the honeymoon suite we picked out together, alone, just to hurt me." The comments were brutal. "Girl, you dumped him for his cousin. Following your heart to his cousin's wallet maybe. Not the tears when you caused this mess. Trevor can't afford the honeymoon? Red flag babes." She deleted it after 2 hours, but someone screen recorded it. It's been reposted everywhere. Then Monday, I get a WhatsApp from my grandmother. "Grandmother, Harrison had called my 82-year-old Nana, trying to get her to pressure me. This man really thought he could manipulate a woman who survived the depression and raised 7 kids. Nana's message to me, that Isabella's father called. Seemed upset about money. I told him my grandson doesn't negotiate with terrorists. Enjoy your vacation, sweetheart. Nana's a gangster." But Tuesday brought the nuclear option. Harrison hired a different lawyer. This one sent an email, not a letter, an email, threatening to sue me for intentional infliction of emotional distress and conversion of funds. Derek responded with one line, "Please review the attached gift documentation and cease all contact with my client. Further harassment will result in counteraction." That's when Trevor made his biggest mistake. He replied all to the lawyer email chain, genius move, with, "Just pay them back, Nathan." I'll admit this all started when Isabella and I began talking 4 months ago, but that doesn't mean you should keep money meant for her wedding. 4 months ago. Derek immediately forwarded this to me with, "Christmas came early. I'm sitting here in paradise, watching the sunset, sipping something with too much rum in it, while back home, Isabella's dream wedding turned into a VFW hall buffet because Trevor spent his signing bonus on a Tesla he's been flexing on Instagram for 2 months. The universe has a sense of humor. Final update. Got back from Bali yesterday. 3 weeks of absolute peace aside from the digital entertainment. Honestly, the distance gave me perspective, and the drama that unfolded while I was gone was better than any Netflix series. So here's what happened. The wedding was last Saturday. I know because Marcus went, absolute legend, and live texted me everything. The venue, VFW Hall with wood paneling from the 70s. The catering, local Italian place, family style. The flowers, grocery store arrangements. The photographer, Trevor's friend with an iPhone 14 Pro. Now, I'm not shaming budget weddings, but this was Isabella, who once cried because the napkins at our tasting were too everyday. The girl who wanted exotic flowers flown in from Holland. The contrast was stark. The best part? Harrison gave a speech where he made multiple references to when you invest in something, you expect returns, and some people take advantage of generosity. According to Marcus, even Trevor looked uncomfortable. But the real bomb dropped during Isabella's speech. She actually said, "This isn't the wedding I dreamed of, but love is more important than material things. Trevor and I know that certain people tried to sabotage our happiness, but we're stronger together." Marcus said the room went quiet. My dad apparently got up and walked out. My mom followed. Half my family left during the speech. Then Sunday happened. I woke up to 73 messages. Turns out, someone, Marcus denies it, but I know it was him, asked in the wedding hashtag, Trevorly ever after. Yes, really. Why the bride's family couldn't afford a better wedding if money was so important to them. Isabella's cousin responded that Harrison's business took a hit recently, and they were counting on recovering the wedding deposits. Someone else asked why they needed Nathan's money if Trevor had such better prospects. The thread devolved into chaos. The truth came out. Trevor's signing bonus was already gone, Tesla, new wardrobe, Vegas bachelor party. Harrison's cash flow was tight due to a failed investment, and they'd been banking on bullying me into funding their wedding. Monday morning, I'm unpacking when I get a call from an unknown number. It's Isabella's mom, Margaret. She's crying. "Nathan, I'm sorry. I didn't raise her to be like this. I found out she'd been texting Trevor since last Christmas. I'm so sorry. Harrison and I are separating. This whole situation showed me who he really is." Plot twist I didn't see coming. Then yesterday, the final act. Isabella texts me from a new number. "Nathan, I made a mistake. Trevor isn't who I thought he was. The wedding was humiliating. Everyone was comparing it to what ours would have been. Trevor's already complaining about money. His mom made comments about my family being overdramatic about the deposits. This isn't what I wanted. Please, can we talk?" I didn't respond, but I did screenshot it and send it to Derek with, "For the files." An hour later, Trevor messages me. "Isabella won't stop talking about you and the Bali trip. This is your fault. You turned everyone against us. We could have worked this out like adults if you hadn't been so petty." I responded, "Worked what out? You were sleeping with my fiancée for 4 months while coming to my apartment for dinner. You both made your choice. Live with it. You ruined her wedding day." "No, Trevor, you both ruined mine. I just refused to pay for yours." He blocked me after that. Good riddance. Last night, my parents had me over for dinner. My dad pulled me aside. "I'm proud of how you handled this. You didn't stoop to their level, you just protected yourself. Isabella and Trevor deserve each other, and Harrison learned he can't bully people with fake legal threats." This morning, I'm sitting in my apartment, coffee in hand, looking at the Bali photos. That $7,000 left over after the trip, put it toward a down payment on a new truck. The $8,000 from her engagement ring? Investment account. Isabella and Trevor are married now, stuck with each other, in debt from a wedding they couldn't afford, living with the knowledge that their entire families know they're cheaters who tried to steal money they weren't entitled to. Harrison's facing a divorce and his reputation in our social circle is shot. Turns out, when you try to shake down your daughter's ex for money that was legally gifted to him, people notice. Me? I had the best 3 weeks of my life. Swimming with manta rays, hiking volcanoes, eating incredible food, and not marrying someone who could throw away 5 years via text message. The best revenge? It wasn't even revenge. I just refused to fund their betrayal, and took a vacation with my money. They created their own consequences. To everyone asking if I regret not being the bigger person, absolutely not. Being the bigger person doesn't mean being a doormat. It means handling things with dignity while still protecting yourself. I didn't seek revenge. I just stopped providing benefits to people who betrayed me. Isabella wanted Trevor because he had better prospects? Cool. Hope those prospects include paying for their own life instead of expecting me to subsidize it. Anyway, I'm done with this chapter. Got a date tomorrow with a woman from my book club who thinks the whole story is the most satisfying karma she's ever heard. Life goes on. And it goes on better without toxic, entitled people in it. Thanks for following along. I'm out. Edit. Since some asked, yes, all of this is legal where I live. Gifts are gifts, especially when documented as such. No, I don't feel bad. They felt entitled to money that wasn't theirs while betraying me. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.